Ladies, let me tell you what happened last Christmas. I asked my daughter for something simple. A new hairstyle appointment and maybe a little lunch. You know what she did? She booked me with a TikTok famous stylist named Blaze. Anyone whose name sounds like a fire hazard should not be holding scissors near your scalp. I walked in and told him, I just want something fresh, youthful, light. He squinted at me, like I was a complicated crossword puzzle, and said, Say no more. Big mistake. By the time he spun me around in the chair, I looked like someone had merged Sharon Stone with a startled rooster. My husband took one look at me and said, Wow, that's modern. If a man ever says your haircut is modern in that tone, just know he's already planning your hat collection. But here's the truth. When you're over 60, your hair either becomes your best friend or your greatest betrayal. One wrong layer and suddenly, people start offering you their seat on the bus. One right snip, and they're asking you where you got your earrings. I've tried it all. The short bob, the soft pixie, even that unfortunate year I attempted natural volume and ended up looking like a Q-tip with ambition. You know you're in trouble when the dog starts barking at you in your own house. Now here's the kicker. Short haircuts? Done right? They don't just take off years, they make people forget you even had years to take off. The trick is in choosing styles that lift the face, frame it with purpose, and say, Yes, I've lived, laughed, and probably lost reading glasses this morning, but I look fabulous doing it. So if you've been stuck in the safety ponytail since 1997, or your current cut was inspired by your high school yearbook photo, it's time. Today, I'm showing you 3 short haircuts that make women over 60 look younger. Instantly. No gimmicks, no spray-on magic, and definitely no wigs that slide mid-church service. Just real gorgeous styles that work. Because, darling, you don't need a time machine. You just need a good stylist. And maybe someone to stop you before you ask for just a trim for the 45th year in a row. Now listen. If you've ever left the salon with a haircut that made you look like your Aunt Dolores from 1972, this video is your redemption arc. Because today, we're not settling for neat. We're not doing just tidy it up a little. We are going full transformation mode, the kind that makes you catch your own reflection and say, Well, hello, ma'am. Who's she? I'm going to show you 3 short haircuts that don't just make you look younger. They make you feel younger. The kind of cuts that make you walk into a room like the lighting just improved. You'll get real names to ask for, tips to avoid the helmet head, and some tough love about styles that should have been retired when VHS did. This isn't about chasing trends, it's about choosing timeless styles that flatter real women with real lives. And maybe a few grandkids who still think you invented cookies. So grab your tea, fluff that throw pillow, and let's talk about how your next haircut could be the best decision you've made since switching to orthopedic flats. Before we jump in, if you're a woman over 60 who still loves to turn heads, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We talk style, grace, and just enough sass to keep things fun. Haircut 1. The soft layered bob. Let me introduce you to the haircut that has single-handedly saved more over 60 women from the tragic hair rut than anything else since the invention of hot rollers. The soft, layered bob. Now I know what you're thinking. Bob? Again? Isn't that what I had when I still paid my bills at the post office? Yes. But this isn't your grandma's bob. This is the kind of bob that shows up late to the dinner party wearing red lipstick, steals the spotlight, and leaves early with someone's uncle. This bob has plans. Here's what makes it magic. 1. It's a facelift in disguise. I'm not saying it replaces surgery, but let's just say when I got mine, I skipped my eye cream for 3 weeks and nobody noticed. The subtle chin-length shape and those soft, wispy layers around the face, they're like lighting filters for your head. 2. It gives volume in the right places. My friend Helen once said her hair was so flat it could qualify as a crepe. We got her this haircut, and now she has volume for days. One gust of wind and she looks like she's in a shampoo commercial. 3. It moves like it's got somewhere to be. This bob doesn't sit stiff on your head like a 1980s politician's wife. No, ma'am. It has bounce. It has swing. You'll walk into the grocery store and your hair will arrive at aisle 3 before you do. Now, who should get this haircut? If your hair is thin? This bob fluffs it up like your favorite sponge cake. If it's thick? The layers remove bulk, like decluttering, but on your head. If it's gray? Honey, this cut makes silver strands look like intentional design. Think classy Parisian grandma, not I gave up. But warning, do not, I repeat, do not let your stylist turn this into the dreaded triangle bob. That's where the hair flares out like a mushroom cloud, and suddenly you're the live-action reboot of a Lego mom. Ask for layers that curve inward and frame the face, not layers that say, surprise, it's a lampshade. And if they mention stacking the back too much, run. You're getting a suburban realtor bob. We want elegance, not I just left a home goods opening energy. Quick story. I once walked into brunch with this haircut, and the hostess looked at me and said, "Oh, you must be in PR." I said, "No, I just stopped aging yesterday." That's what the soft layered bob does. It doesn't just change your hair, it changes your reputation. It's clean, classy, with just enough flair to whisper, she knows how to use TikTok, but chooses not to. Let's move on to haircut number 2. And trust me, this next one is for the woman who wants a little more edge, without looking like she's trying to join a girl band called Menopausal Mischief. Haircut number 2, the textured pixie. Now let's talk about the textured pixie, also known as the cut that says I'm retired, but I could still ruin your whole day in a courtroom if I felt like it. Ladies, this isn't your average pixie. This is the haircut for the woman who's done raising kids, done following rules, and absolutely done pretending she doesn't still get flirted with in the produce section. Now, I'll be honest. The first time someone suggested a pixie to me, I clutched my pearls so hard they filed a harassment complaint. But then I saw what the textured version could do. A little tousle here, a little lift there. Suddenly, I looked like the stylish aunt who drinks espresso, owns too many scarves, and once danced on a boat in Santorini. I didn't, but they think I did. So, why does this cut work? 1. It highlights your best features. Cheekbones? Boom. Eyes? Bam. Jawline? Back in business. There's nothing for your face to hide behind, and guess what? Your face doesn't need to hide. You've lived, loved, and probably told off a nurse or two. You earned that face. Let the pixie show it off. 2. It takes 5 minutes to style, which is perfect because at this point in life, if it takes longer than 5 minutes to do anything, we start asking serious questions like, do I really need to go to this wedding? A little mousse, a flick of the wrist, and you're done. Your hair's already fabulous while your neighbor's still trying to find her round brush. 3. It adds attitude. The good kind, not the ask for the manager kind. This is confident, elegant, I could run a boardroom in slippers kind of attitude. You don't ask for permission with a pixie, you give notice. But listen, this haircut is not for the faint of heart or the weak of neck. You'll be turning heads and you'll need the posture to match. Stand tall, chin up, smile like you've got a secret. Even if the secret is that you hid the remote on purpose so no one could change the Hallmark channel. Pro tip: ask your stylist for soft texturing at the top and longer pieces near the front for movement. Avoid that super short military buzz unless you're planning to enlist. And if they reach for the clippers like they're doing yard work, kindly redirect them to scissors only, please. Also, if your ears are shy, don't worry. A good stylist can taper it just right so they peek out like, yes, I'm still cute. A friend of mine, 67, bold, fabulous, got this cut and called me the next day whispering, I've never gotten this many compliments in my life. I said, girl, that's because you finally fired your hair and hired a pixie. So, if you're ready to look in the mirror and see power, polish, and a little pep, the textured pixie might be calling your name. Just don't be surprised when strangers ask if you've been on TV. Now, for haircut number 3, let's tone it down just a little. Because not everyone wants short. Some of us want a flattering in-between, the kind that says, yes, I'm fabulous, but I still like a little hair to flip when I'm judging people. Haircut number 3. The volumized pixie with side-swept bangs. All right, ladies. If the feathered pixie is the first lady and the textured pixie is the wild sister who dances barefoot at weddings, then this third one, the volumized pixie with side-swept bangs, is the movie star. This is the kind of pixie that doesn't walk into a room. She arrives. She says, I moisturize. I drink water. And no, I will not tell you my secrets unless there's cake involved. So what makes this pixie different? 1. It's got volume. Serious volume. This isn't a flat, lifeless haircut that hugs your scalp like a sad helmet. No, ma'am. This pixie has lift at the crown, texture through the sides, and movement that says, I'm fabulous and I know it. It's like the hair version of shoulder pads in the 80s, except it actually flatters your face and won't make you look like you're about to host a talk show in 1987. 2. The side-swept bangs are the magic. They create instant softness and mystery. You can hide a forehead wrinkle, a rogue eyebrow hair, or just tilt your head dramatically in conversation and feel gorgeous doing it. Side-swept bangs say, I've got opinions, and I might flirt with the waiter before I share them. 3. It works on all hair types. Got thin hair? The volume makes it look thicker. Thick hair? The pixie shape controls it. Curly? You'll get those soft waves cascading over the eye like a Hallmark heroine who just saw her high school crush again. Pro styling tip. Ask your stylist for volume at the crown, but no teasing unless you want flashbacks of Aquanet, layered sides, and a long bang that sweeps diagonally. This gives your face that instant lift and draws attention to your eyes. And please, for the love of blow dryers, avoid blunt bangs unless you're starring in an indie film about regret. Cautionary tale. My cousin Pam once asked for a pixie like this, and ended up with something that looked like a pineapple had a nervous breakdown. Too much volume in the wrong place, and you start to resemble decorative fruit. The key is balance. Volume where you need it, not volume like you just got electrocuted. Now the truth? This cut is not for wallflowers. It's for women who like compliments, eye contact, and the occasional free coffee from a barista who's just being friendly. So if you're ready to stop hiding behind long layers and show off your powerhouse personality, the volumized pixie with side-swept bangs is calling your name. And when you get it, don't be surprised if your phone starts ringing with invites from people who suddenly remembered you exist. Bonus tips: wearing it right after the cut. Now, before you dash off to book that appointment, let's talk bonus wisdom. Because even the best haircut in the world can betray you, if you don't wear it right. 1. Know your face shape. Pixie cuts flatter most faces, but the right pixie works with your angles, not against them. Got a round face? Ask for volume at the top and longer pieces in front. It'll elongate your look. Square jaw? Go for feathered layers that soften the edges. Long face? Skip the super short crown, or you'll end up looking like a stylish pencil. 2. Avoid stiff styling products. If your hair doesn't move, it's not a haircut. It's a helmet. Say no to crunchy gels and yes to lightweight mousse, texture spray, or a light pomade. Remember, we want bounce, not battlefield protection. 3. Please, don't DIY. Cutting your own pixie is like giving yourself dental surgery. It's technically possible, but highly discouraged. Call a stylist, tip them well. They're holding scissors near your head after all. And finally, own it. The best pixie is the one worn with confidence. You're not trying to look 25 again. You're showing the world what vibrant at 60 plus actually looks like. Spoiler, it's fabulous. So there you have it. 3 short haircuts that don't just take off inches, they take off years. From soft and feathered to bold and textured, to voluminous with flair. There's a pixie for every kind of fabulous woman watching this. Now I have one small favor to ask. If this video made you smile, nod, or laugh so hard your cat looked concerned, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It tells YouTube you like videos made for women who don't want to disappear after 60. They want to shine. And let me know in the comments, which pixie cut is calling your name? Which one have you tried? And which one made you say, "Ooh, maybe I'm ready for that"? Until next time, stay bold, stay beautiful, and remember, age isn't something to hide. It's something to style.